Slide into your mind so silky.
Hey, I'm Fee, how you doing? We are making the stuff that has been suggested. You can find the pattern details on my blog. Okay, let's begin. To make this pattern for yourself, you will need 2 pieces, the bodice and the sleeve. For the bodice, you need your bust measurement plus ease if you want. And for the length, you can choose whatever. To draft the sleeve, you need your upper arm measurement plus ease. It can be a third, quarter, or a half of the arm measurement. Choose whatever. For the sleeve length, you can measure from the armpit down to your wrist, then from the wrist until how long you want your sleeve to continue. The elastic placement is where those dashed lines are. Draft the pattern with seam allowance and cut it out on fabric. You should end up with 2 sleeve pieces or 1 if you want, and 2 pieces for the bodice. Measure the elastic around the wrist and cut 2 of these. I like to do it on the loose side. Do the same for the upper arm, but make sure that the elastic for the arm fits snug. Before we continue with the video, I want you all to know that all the tools that I'm using for my videos, you can find these in my Amazon shop. I get this type of questions a lot, what I'm using, that's why I set it up. So you can find everything in one place. The link is always in the description. Now let's continue. Make a small snippet on both sides of the sleeve for the elastic placement. Add a guideline on the wrong side of the sleeve to make it easier to sew the elastic on. Attach a safety pin on one end of the elastic. Place the elastic on one side, backstitch, and stretch out the elastic until you've reached the other side of the sleeve. Sew it down with a zigzag or a straight stitch. I did a basting stitch. Once done, take off the safety pin, and here is a close-up view. Now fold the sleeve in half, use a straight stitch to sew it down.
All you gotta do is ask me nicely. I wanna see you too. But don't worry, I'm not trying to be.
Fold the upper edge of the sleeve 2 times to make a casing. Sew all the way around. Leave a small opening to insert the elastic later on.
Clean it up just to make it filthy.
Add the safety pin on one end of the elastic, then you can feed the elastic through the casing until you have reached the other side of the opening. Secure both ends of the elastic with the safety pin, then double check the elastic in the casing to check if the elastic is flat all the way around. If not, untwist the elastic. If it is all good, sew down both ends together, then right after you can close the opening that was left open with a normal stitch. Measure the elastic on the back piece and cut it off around 80-75% of the total length of the back piece. Sew the elastic on with a zigzag first. Fold the edge facing the wrong side of the fabric and sew it down with a normal stitch. Stretch out the back piece while sewing, then do the same on the other side. Repeat the same steps with the front bodice with a straight stitch.
Ran into you at the drugstore, you were picking up your prescription.
Place the back and front together with a pretty size hugging and sew it down on one side. Slide the front piece through the buckle, then you can sew the other side. The link for the buckle is in the description. Now you can attach the sleeve onto the bodice, line up the seams together. If you have questions, suggestions, let me know. If you made this stuff, feel free to share it with me. If you like the video, share it if you want. Again, if you want to know the stuff that I'm using in my videos, you can check the Amazon shop, and the pattern wrap is also in the description. See you next week. Okay, bye.
Every time that I see you online, I wanna drop you a line, say hello, but I already